Alright, so in this video let's talk about some common data types that you need to know when it comes to programming with RSLogix 5000 or with Studio 5000. Now I already have a basic program set up here. However, we're going to talk about a couple different things. There's two types of controller or tag levels. One's going to be a controller tag. Okay, controller tags are going to be used globally throughout the whole program. Then next are going to be program scope tags, meaning parameters and local tags. And as you see, I'm using these inside of this very program. Now, what we're going to show here is I'm going to add a couple different tags, and I'm going to come in from monitor. So basically, if you double click, you go into monitoring any tags that would be there. For instance, right here, you can see I can monitor the tags, the values of the tags, and what they're currently doing. I am offline, so there is no activity. Now, just keep in mind, so the first tab is monitor tags, right? So the second tab is add tag, like edit tags, right? So let's just go ahead and add a tag, and we'll call this tag 1. Now, over here, you have a section called data type. Okay, so this very first one we're going to type in is called a bool, which is a Boolean. Okay, so a Boolean is a value of a 0 or 1. Okay, it can't be any higher than that. It's either a 0 or 1. So this is just like computer language. It's a 0 or a 1. So remember that. So it's always going to be a 0 or a 1. So we have a bool now, and then we're going to have tag 2. And then in tag 2, what we're going to do is we're going to create that as, we can come in here and just type in and make that an integer if we want to. And what that's going to do is it's going to actually have multiple booleans inside of that, and what that does is gives you the availability, and I'll show you in just a second, to actually use that as basically as a decimal form or as a whole number, if you would, instead of just having one bit. Or you can use multiple sections and just use it as individual bits. Now let's come in here and have tag 3, and let's have tag 3 is a double integer. So what we're going to do is we're going to have, so the integer has 16 bits, the double integer has 32 bits. Okay, so the last one we're going to do is we're going to do tag 4, and we're going to make this a real. Okay, and I'm going to show you all these. So as we make them, you can't obviously see the data behind it until we go over to our monitor tags. Alright, so we're going to flip over to our monitor tags, and we can come over here and see. Now, we talked about the Boolean, right? The very first data types are all right here. We're going to go through the Boolean, the integer, and the double integer, and a real. A real is a float. Right, so you have a decimal, 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 decimal float, and that's the style over here. Now again, so the very first one we're going to talk about is going to be the Boolean. Now Boolean can be a value of a 1 or a value of 0. It cannot be a value of any higher than that, because that is against the Boolean principles. A Boolean can be a tag or a 0 or a 1. Okay, contrary to that, an integer or a double integer, or even a float, can be a value of 1. It could be a value of 2. It could be a value of, it could be a value of 200. Okay, so now what happens is inside of here, all it does is through the binary segment or binary breakdown of that, it turns on different bits. So if I turn on this bit right here, you can see that goes to 202, because in the binary coded decimal, what that does is it relates back to this actual whole number. And what that's doing is saying bit 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all the way down to bit 15. Now keep in mind, it has 16 bits, but it starts at 0. So 0 through 15, and that's 16 bits. So if I wanted to have a value of 1, I could sit there and do that, and you would see the very first bit is active. If I wanted to have a value of 2 in binary coded decimal, you would see that it's going to be bit 1. And if I wanted to have 3, you could see that it's going to be bit 0 and 1. So real quick, just to kind of show the highlights of that, And then a double integer is the exact same thing as an integer, except it has 32 bits. So meaning you're going to have 32 bits right here that you can actually use. So in the double integer, you can actually have, like, come down here to the very bottom one, and you can turn that one on, and then you can see that right there. That's the number you can actually get from that. So just turning on that one bit, right? So if we turn that bit off, and then we come over here in the center and we turn this bit on, then we get a value of 512. Now keep in mind, this is again corresponding with binary coded decimals. So again, this does go to saying 1 is still equal to bit 0, and then if we have right here, if we have a 2, that's going to be bit 1, and again 3 is going to be again bit 1 or bit 0 and 3. And then going on, you would have bit, if you put a 4 in there, then you're going to use the next one, and then the binary coded decimal travels from there. Now counter to all this, a real is going to be something that you need to break down to the decimal form of, having anything past, like a non-whole number. So we could have, let's just say 4.3 in here. Let's just come back in 4.3 and see what that does. Is it gives you the availability to have a basically break down to a more finite number, or more defined number, if you would, if you want to look at it that way. So just keep in mind, a real oftentimes is going to be used with the analog instructions and stuff of that nature, because obviously it needs to break down to a smaller number. And then obviously these all can be the way these things work together. Again, the bits right here, the booleans, are going to be, again, generally used for the sake of anytime a single use or something like that, or multiple use inside of a program. The integers are going to be used for your whole numbers, and depending upon how big your whole number needs to be, you use a double integer. Now, anytime you need to use a decimal point in your number, then you need to use that as a float. Okay, you have a float or exponential, so we're going to keep that as a float. You can change, and I'll show you this too. You can actually come in here while you're offline or online too. You can change from binary. You can go to the binary to see the binary layout, or you can go to octal, and then decimal, hexadecimal, ASCII. But again, decimal is obviously the easiest thing to read, so we always keep it as the easiest thing and the default thing to read, so that it is easy for everybody to understand. Now, these are the most common 4 data types that you will run into when it comes to using or programming with RSLogix 5000 or with Studio 5000. So hopefully you learned a lot out of this video, and again, when it comes down to it, these are the most common data types, and you understanding these will help you grow and excel in your career. So again, hopefully you learned a lot from that, and we'll see you guys on the next one.